Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our DKWTS Adventure Kitten Tour wrap-up. We are here in our studio in Frederick, Maryland. I'm Alex. This is Chris. We hear that there is some sort of sports game happening this weekend.
Studio makes it sound very official.
I mean, we're just in our office.
Office also makes it sound official.
Oh, we heard that there's a sports event happening today, so we wore our jerseys. Are we right? Did we do it right?
I think so.
All right, let us know if we did it right or not. Oh, Butch, you put us on the small screen, huh? We understand.
Yeah, but here's what we think of that.
All right, well, we're going to make this live stream somewhat quick because there is a halftime show happening around 8, and I'm really excited to see Taylor Swift play, sing, cheer. I don't know. I don't actually know who's involved in this thing, but I know Taylor Swift will be there.
I don't think she's doing any of those things. I think she's just watching.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So we're here tonight to talk about the Adventure Kitten Tour that is ending at 11:59 p.m. So Matt Hazard, you have until 11:59 to finish your ride today.
I think he did all his yesterday. I don't know if he can do any more.
I'm sure there's still people on the trainer. All right, so let's get into it. Shout out to all the folks who did big rides today, or this week, not just today. We saw some big rides happening this week, both indoors and outdoors. It's pretty awesome to see. So we'll do some highlights of the stage. We'll talk about a few interesting, necessary points, announcements, etc., and then we'll try to wrap it up quickly here. Matt says he has 15 minutes. I don't know what that means.
Oh, to you. That's how much time he has left to ride after his big day.
Oh, okay. Nice job, Matt. We're proud of you. Welcome everybody onto Instagram. I see we have Mandy here. Oh, somebody says Usher at halftime. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, Usher's playing halftime show. So maybe we can catch that. See Matt, Angie, Frank, Butch, Cecilia's here, Corey, Val's joining us tonight. Welcome, friends. Thank you for tuning in. All right. A couple announcements. The Tour 2 Stage 2 points have been updated on the leaderboard. You have until tonight to let us know if there are any discrepancies, issues, missing points for any of the Stage 2 stuff. Stage 3 ends tonight, and those points will be updated next week. So give us time to update those. And we've had a number of questions about upgrades. Upgrades will happen at the end of this stage. So folks will be upgraded either for this stage or they will be upgraded starting next tour. It just depends on how many minutes, how much time they've gone over. So upgrades usually happen over the course of the last part of the tour because it takes time to figure out who needs to be upgraded. Do you have anything to say about upgrades?
We're just gonna start upgrading people. If you're going over and doing it, so if you see yourself get upgraded, that's why. No more. Yeah, we won't be as nice for the third tour. You're just getting updated. I might just change all the categories around to see how, to however I see fit, and everyone can have fun with that. So, on that, there's also keep in mind. I mean, the whole reason we do the categories is we're just trying to split things up in a fun way, and keep people in groups that they can be competitive in, so they can stay motivated for the entire course of the challenge, not just 2 weeks in getting discouraged and wanting to and having no need to keep pushing. So that's why we do all that stuff, and it is also a motivational thing and. Not a super serious competition. So you may have seen some people out there. They may have lost time over the last tour. I've noticed some things that were a little bit sketchy with people putting in distances, doing things that don't really fit the series. So your rides have been flagged, and your times or your distances have been reduced. That was all just. I don't think there was no warning on that. But if you were doing it, you knew what you were doing. So surprise, I caught it. Also, seeing a bunch of people not uploading rides within the 24 hours. So reminder, especially when it's a challenge week like this, holding rides back is not cool. So I may have to start docking some points for that as well. So
Yeah, so
that's my bad cop spiel.
We have rules in place. If you don't know the rules, you can go on to the Bike Reg page where you registered to the event notes. There are rules there. There are also rules posted on our blog at dirtykittengravel.com/news. The rules were posted there. There was also a link sent out. So if you don't know the rules and you're confused, read them. Don't email us and ask us what the rules are. They're written down and posted. Also, don't email us asking us to tell you if you're going to get upgraded or not. If you do X, Y, and Z, the answer is if you go over your category time limit, you'll get upgraded. That is the simple answer. If you go over by 1 second, you're over. If you go over by 5 minutes, you're over. Also, don't email us complaining about somebody else's points and time, etc. Worry about yourself. I feel like I'm speaking to a class in a school when I used to be a teacher. And for some reason, I need to say this to adults. Worry about yourself. Don't worry about other people. We'll worry about other people. So that's all we're going to say. We're not going to entertain any questions about upgrades. We're done answering questions about upgrades. Quite frankly, we're tired of answering questions about upgrades. So you'll either be upgraded or you won't be upgraded. And if you don't like that, you can either choose to not participate anymore in the series, or you can keep your complaints to yourself. So that is my bad cop spiel for the night, and we're going to move on now. So any other issues dealing with upgrades, you can talk to somebody else, but we have answered everything that needs to be answered in relation to that. So let's move on to some highlights for stage 3 of the Adventure Kitten Tour. We've got some pretty big rides that happened this week, both virtual and outdoor. And so we're going to highlight a few of those. If you have any questions about the challenges, drop them in the comments now so we can answer them and make sure everybody understands what they were supposed to be doing this week. Hopefully people do understand that because we're at the end of the week. All right, so
Yeah, and just to remind, I mean, we understand, distance and elevation. Not everyone has the ability to either ride a trainer or ride outside, depending on where you live, or what size your house is, or what equipment you have. So we do try, and when these things get to the competitive on the stage level, we'll break that up by indoor and outdoor, so that give everyone a fighting chance.
yep.
So.
And we don't need to see a bunch of comments and posts talking about how amazing people are who ride outside and how unfair it is when people ride inside. We don't need to do that. That's not in the spirit of the series. This series and challenge is about motivation and encouraging each other. So what we're going to do is we're going to encourage everybody to do the best they can. May it be indoors or outdoors. That is totally up to you. If you ride indoors, you're awesome. And if you ride outdoors, you're awesome. And there are reasons why both of those things are awesome. That being said, we'll move on to our mini category. And I want to start with the Masters Women 50 plus. Oh, sorry. This week's challenge was to do a long ride.
Maybe go back here.
Yeah, well, I think we just skipped over what the actual challenge was, but you had put it up.
Yeah.
Longest total ride in a single day, multiple rides count, and that's for both virtual indoor and real life outdoor rides. So we'll go through and show you how you can toggle between the two, virtual and outdoor, to see where you fall. And the points go to the top, I think we said 5 to 10 in each category, and you either virtual or outdoor. So you can't get points in both. Whichever one you're ranked highest in, you'll get the points for that.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
All right, good. Okay. Masters Women 50. And I want to look at the virtual, I think. So we had Megan Jones from Sticky Fingers up there with a big ride of 53 miles, followed by Tina Whitfield with a ride of 50 miles, both virtual. So nice job, ladies. And then I think if you go to the outdoor on that one, we had actually Tina again near the top of that list, and Jennifer coming in with a 22-mile ride. Nice job. All right.
So this will be a good example for people wondering. So you can see on this one, so Tina was in second place in the virtual with the 50 miles, and in second place with the outdoor with 13 miles. So in this case, I don't know. This one will depend which one goes first. I don't know if it's outdoor or virtual, but she'll get second place points for one of those, and in the other one, it will drop down and skip over to the third place person for the second. It would. I know people have asked before. It'd be great if it was smart enough that whichever one they had a higher one in, a higher value in also. I don't remember if I actually did that. It might just be outdoor first, virtual second. So best we can do on that, probably.
All right, moving on to open outdoor. We're going to go to the, open men outdoor. All right, so we've got at the top here Zachary Holmes with a 72-mile ride outdoors, and we know that Zach actually emailed us and asked to be upgraded. So Zach will probably be upgraded for stage 3 and then going into tour 3. So thanks, Zach, for that voluntary upgrade. If you're in this category, then you can kind of rank yourself without Zach being there. But nice job. We got a few big mile rides going on in this category. And then we will go to the Masters Women 46. If you have any questions about how these, the outdoor and virtual stuff is ranked, let us know. Again, you will see your name ranked under both if you've done both, but you will only receive points for one. And then for the second one, you'll be taken out and other people will receive points.
Yeah, and anyway, you can always come, to the stage. I'll show one of the previous stages here. If you visit the stage after the scoring is run, you'll see right in that leaderboard how many points you got on here. So it will be the same for the stage. Points will be listed down. You'll see stuff skipped. Another good example here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 people in the outdoor with times. So if I'm scoring, like the fifth person here won't get like points, even though they're fifth on here. So it doesn't go down to people with 0 distance in either the outdoor or the virtual. So
A couple
you
people.
can see here in the virtual got all the competition in this case. So not everyone in there is necessarily going to get points, and then over here it'll stop at whoever had outdoor distance.
And then some people asked about overall mileage for the tour. If you click on that Adventure Kitten tab, that lists the cumulative mileage for the tour, and that's just for the last 3 weeks. We did have somebody ask us, can you see your time, distance, elevation for the entire series? We don't have that available right now. That data does exist, but it's not showing on the leaderboard. So you're just looking at each individual tour as its own little bubble. So tour 1 happened, that's closed out. Tour 2 started, it's got its own points and data. And then when it closes, tour 3 will start and have its own points and data. And we do that because we kind of want people to feel like they're starting fresh with each tour, and it's not like, oh, once, if I had a bad week or two, then it just carries on through the entire 10-week period. It doesn't work that way. Like, you get to kind of reset every 3 weeks. So once tour 3 starts, we'll focus on elevation, points go back to 0, everything starts over. At the very end of the series, we'll do a final tally. We'll do final points overall, time, distance, elevation overall. So you will get to see that, but we're just not showing that at this moment. So just make sure that you're clicking on those different tabs if you want to see the different metrics and your points. Another thing that I noticed, because somebody asked this last week, you may have to refresh the leaderboard if you went away from it for a few days and then come back. If you're not seeing something that makes sense, just refresh or close it out and open it back up. Sometimes it doesn't refresh on its own, and it may not show you the most updated information, right?
Yeah, it shouldn't. I realize why it was an issue for this one. Just a little bit of me being lazy and reusing stuff from the previous year. So yeah, sometimes give a refresh if it doesn't seem like it's doing what it was supposed to.
All right, so let's move on to the mini Pareto. This is the last one. Men virtual. So I think
Open men,
just
or
Masters Men. Is there Masters Men by itself or something or yeah, and then I think I said virtual. Right? Yeah. So we had a 100-mile ride by one of our mini people here, Kyle. And then I think click on outdoor. Is there a big one there, or was it just virtual? I don't know, Rob. But yes, we've got a big ride there, and from one of our mini riders. So nice job. All right, let's go on to the next one, basic. So if you go to the basic, 50 men. Outdoor. So Butch, who I
Yeah,
think is
Butch.
on this live stream or sort of watching in between touchdowns or whatever those things are that happen in football games. Butch did a 108-mile ride outdoors. Nice job. That's pretty awesome. Butch says, "Ouch." And then we got the open men category. So let's go to the basic Pareto open. And so we outdoor, we had a couple bigger ones here from John and Josh.
But I want to know if John rode the swing bike for those. Because if you didn't, I'm just going to go ahead and cut that in half for you, John.
Oh, Butch says his ride was fueled by Egg McMuffins and gummies. All right. Hit the virtual. Yeah, so we had 120 miles by Matt Hazard indoors.
Matt, I know. I watched a little bit of your day progress. Big kudos for doing a long, hard day. You have much more willpower than I think I ever have.
Oh, Matt says he has 15 minutes, meaning before his time max.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. All right. He did nothing all week and then rode 120 miles in one day.
It's dedication.
All right, Matt, we hope that your booty's doing all right and that you're resting now and drinking water. Congratulations, unless somebody else jumps up there at the end of today. Matt, on that big ride. We'll have to remember 120. I don't know if that's the max of everyone, but that's one of the bigger ones. I mean, we know who got the biggest ride of the week, though, right?
I don't know. I saw some other ones sneak in there, I think.
All right, open female in the basic. And this is...
Open female?
Yep.
Okay.
And then in the virtual, we have Judy Bennett. And then in outdoor, we've got Elizabeth Ferry with 117 miles, followed by Danny Prevy with 100. So it's two big rides from these folks outdoors. I think doing that big of a ride outdoors is not as, I don't want to say hard, but like, I don't know, painful maybe as indoors. It's hard doing those long rides indoors, I think.
Yes, it's especially hard on your brain, I think. At least it's hard on my brain.
And now let's go to the open non-binary in the basic. Yeah, right there. And this is interesting because we've got Jules at the top of the outdoor with a 51-mile ride and then also at the top of the virtual. So they did two big rides this week, both indoors and out. Nice job, Jules. And then the last one is the Masters Men 40. And we had Anson Clement with a 107-mile ride outdoors. Another big outdoor ride.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe Anson lives up in Ohio, maybe with the Butch Carey crew. I think I saw pictures of him riding with somebody.
I don't know. You better get that right because I wouldn't want to put someone with that crew unless they're definitely
okay.
with them.
Somebody tell me if Anson lives up in Ohio or not, because I thought I saw pictures of him riding with some people that live up there. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I made that up. Oh, actually, I'm not done yet. There's one more. Masters Women 56 virtual in the basic. Yeah, there you go. All right. This is another big one. Jude Woodcock, 120 virtual indoors. And Dina Wallerson with 100 indoors. Both big rides. Let's see how that went for outdoors for this group. All right, well... we still had a pretty good one, 70 miles from Jenny and 62 from Lip. So nice. It was a nice week in certain parts of the country. I know out here we had some really nice days. Like Friday was a beautiful day for riding. Tina says that is ouch. Yeah. And Corey says 120 indoors. That's amazing. But amazing. Raw Williams says major kudos to those doing big miles indoors. I can't make it over 40 indoors. And Candace says, go Jude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, both Indoor, outdoor, whatever. There's challenges to both of those. All right, let's head over to the full. I want to look at the outdoor miles for the open men in the full. And I think we had, 113 from Christopher Moore, 104 from Harry Mannon, and 102 from John Jens. So all those people up there in the hundreds with the full.
Wait, but I had almost 10, and you didn't.
Chris did 10. Oh, wait, you did.
But it was on a city bike in New York City, so that's easily 20.
Yeah.
Plus.
You should email Snowy to ask her.
Plus the death defiance aspect. So
riding in city traffic.
Hazard points. I think I'm easily at 200 miles. So I'll just go ahead and move myself up to the top later. Don't worry about it.
Hit their virtual just to see how that. 84. Okay. Yeah. All right, and then I've got the Masters Women 40 in the full. We had Joanna James with 125 miles indoors. Good job, JoJo.
Yeah.
JoJo's an indoor riding master. And then what's the outdoor for that? 65 from Ra. Nice job, Ra, leading the pack there. Must have been a. Hey, Ra, was that gravel or road? Let us know what your 65 miles was.
A rare nice one up in Michigan this time of year.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it cold? Were you cold on your ride? And then I want to take a look at the Masters Men 50 in the full. Somebody said, go JoJo. Masters Men 50, Paul Hopgood, 114, followed by Mike Swackhammer with 104. Both outdoor. And then 150 from Reggie, leader of the Jazz Peddlers, indoors. Wow.
Nuts again.
There must have been a Jazz Peddler group ride on Zwift or something.
I could see that.
Ross says it was gorgeous minus the wind and mixed terrain. Well, nice job anyway. And then lastly, we're going to take a look at the Supremes. So we've got the Supreme Master Women.
Masters Women first.
And we've got virtual. Cecilia leading the pack there with a 65-mile ride. And then can you hit the outdoors? And Cecilia again with a 96-mile outdoor ride. So, wait, sorry, did you hit virtual? Mm-hmm. Can you hit virtual? 96 outdoor, 65 indoor. So nice job, Cecilia, leading the top for both.
Yeah.
You know she's going to say she thinks she should get double points.
I know. Everyone in this category is the same exact order in both.
That's true.
So you may have found a scoring, not a loophole. I don't know. It's just going to send it into a weird warp zone or something.
All right. And last but not least, we're going to look at the Masters Men and see what kind of ridiculous mileage our friend Tom Knoll.
Said, right?
Yep. All right, so before you hit virtual. So outdoors, we have Seth Long with 107, Francisco Kovas 106, and Matt Kretschmar with 102. Those are all really close rides right there.
Yeah.
But let's look at the virtual.
Well, can we just point out that Tom Knoll only had 12 outdoors, so I was kind of competing with him on
Maybe
my
it
outdoor.
was snowing in Floritucky.
Oh, there it is.
All right, 251 miles indoors. Don't even understand how you did that. Tom, we need to know what you were doing. Were you just on the bike the whole day? Like, explain yourself. Followed by 107 from Ronnie Corbin. Couldn't even stay. Not even close. Not even halfway to Tom's mileage. Matt says, is he human? I mean, we met him once. He appears to be human.
Yes. Or, but AI and Borg stuff is coming a long way, so I'm not quite sure.
I think Snowy wants to say hi to everybody. Come here, Snow. Come here, monster.
I think she's shy.
Oh, come here, little Snow. Come say hi to your friends. Come here. Yep. Oh, here she comes. All right. There she is.
This is the master of all your scoring and bonuses.
Yeah.
So.
If you have complaints, you can direct them to Snowy. See how she handles it. All right. KJ says Tom was admitted into the ER. We hope not. Somebody, and then Val said somebody should send Tom some chamois butter ultra. I know, maybe he needs it. Chamois butter, if you're listening, please send our friend Tom Knoll lots and lots of your products. He may need them.
Yes.
All right. Congrats to everybody on all the big rides this week. Awesome to see. We hope that you are fueling and hydrating and resting as much as possible now. And as we head into this next tour and elevation challenge. Again, any questions about the leaderboard or scoring from this past tour? The stage has not been scored yet, but we have scores for stages 1 and 2 if you have questions about that. And then we will have the scores up for stage 3 next week. All right, Chris is going to talk to us about some stats, some data.
Not quite ready.
Oh, he's not going to talk to us about some
go
data.
For something
All
else,
right, not yet.
Yeah.
Tell me when you are ready with the data.
All right, yeah.
All right, before we do that, just a reminder that any announcements, important announcements, are on the main page of the leaderboard. Actually, Chris, real quick, can you just hit the main page, the home page, and
Sorry. Yeah, on the leaderboard,
right
or you
here.
want the?
Yeah. Do you want me to while you're doing
sorry.
that? Okay. All right. So score status at the top. That's where you can see what has been scored for stage 2. The challenge, the ride bonuses, and the photo bonuses have all been scored for stage 2. When we start scoring things for stage 3, you'll see that updated there. Other information can be found on our website. Chris, if you can hit the Dirty Kitten Gravel website. Yeah, under news, dirtykittengravel.com/news. You'll get this page and then scroll down and you'll see the updates for the week. So we have the super secret Pareto Points puzzle number 2 that is due by the end of tonight. And then the tour and stage challenges. So that's where all your information is. Other than on the leaderboard, that's where additional information is going to be posted, as well as any of the updates that happen throughout the week for rides, pop-up bonuses, etc. If you click on the stage, the stage 1 with Chris's picture, that will give you the stage info as well as the rides for the week. We will be posting the information for next week here tonight. So if you scroll all the way down, keep scrolling, you'll see the Zwift Club rides. We'll have the same rides happening next week without the Wednesday workout. That's bi-weekly, so every other week is the Wednesday workout. You can go back, though, to our YouTube channel, click the live link, and follow along with the Wednesday workouts if you want to do them on your own. You can watch those at any time. So this next week, we'll have our Monday night ride. It's going to be partial recovery, but we'll have some elevation happening for those who are ready to do some elevation. It will still be banded. Then the Tuesday night Zoomies will be the regular sprint workout. No Wednesday ride. Thursday morning, there will be the Rise and Shine ride with Eric. That will have a little bit of elevation. And then our Friday morning coffee and trivia ride, usually with me and Val, but this next week it's going to be me and Ted. And we are going to be celebrating Val's birthday by doing a special Val trivia.
I like it.
I had said to Val, oh, we should do something related to Valentine's Day, but funny. And then Val said, I don't know. Some people don't really, Valentine's Day is not great for everybody. And so instead of trying to do something silly for Valentine's Day, we're doing a Val-themed trivia. So it kind of goes with the whole Valentine's Day thing.
Yeah.
But not related at all to Valentine's Day. We're going to be asking questions about Val. And then actually, Ted and I are going to come up with the questions and the answers. So we don't even know if they're going to be right. And then Val will tell us if we're right or wrong. So yeah, special Val trivia on Friday.
So are you getting scored as well as the participants then?
Yeah.
Is this like a newlywed game with Val?
Yeah, yeah. It's like
and the rest of
Newlywed,
the
but with Val. But Val information. Corey says, Eric, he'll be there this week. All right, Corey. Better be. 5 a.m. And then if anybody wants to do lead / put together a climbing ride this week, a virtual climbing ride on Zwift, let us know. That'd be a cool thing to do. You can do it on your own as a meetup, or if you would like to lead it, we can create one and put you as the leader, and then you can climb, whatever, Ventop or mount whatever thing if you feel like doing a big elevation indoors. So let us know. That's always fun. We will reveal the stage 1 challenge later for next week's ride. But just know it'll be elevation. So any elevation you do will count. Snowy is on the back of the desk behind the screens knocking stuff onto the floor.
Yeah, there's no
Snowy,
cables
what
or
is
connections
happening
back there, so definitely mentioned some us losing our
Yeah.
stream here.
If we lose anything, it's because of Snowy. We blame her. Okay. I only have a couple more things left before we sign off. We're trying to be done with this before 8 o'clock. If halftime show comes on, let us know because we want to watch it as well. So we're hoping to be done before the halftime show. I think Chris is ready with his stats.
I am.
All right, cool.
I think.
We've got some weekly stage stats from Chris for the Adventure Kitten Stage 3, or just the Adventure
Actually,
Kitten overall?
this is the whole tour.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole Adventure Kitten tour. So yeah, big numbers. Total of 5,100 activities. Total. About 1,856 outside, and a little over 3,200 on the trainer. So the trainer's still trending heavier, but the outside numbers are picking up as we've seen over the last couple of stages.
Nice.
Total time got 6,153 hours, and I just had my day conversion on that and I lost it. So I don't know, maybe someone out there wants to convert that for me and put it in the chat.
How many hours? How many days does 6,153 hours equal? Let us know.
Something like there we go. 256 days
okay.
is our total on that, I think. Outside, 2,982 hours, and trainer still. So the total time is getting pretty close between outside and trainer. We're looking.
So outside's moving up and trainer's moving down?
It hasn't the trainer hasn't decreased, so everything's increasing overall, but the outside is increasing more than the.
We need like a little line graph that shows.
Yeah.
You
know, well, I do have. I'm trying to.
Started off like.
Trying to put all this stuff out in a cool stats page, but little by little we'll get there. So distance, we're getting close to 100,000 miles, 92,383 miles for the tour. So interesting to see, with the warmer weather in the next tour, what that'll look like when we put up the comparison there. Outside, about 37,940 miles and 54,000 on the trainer. So even though the times are getting closer, the miles still on the trainer kind of outpacing there, which is why we do our split competitions for some of the mileage stuff. And elevation total tour, we're up at over 3,474,000 feet, which is quite a lot of feet of climbing. And you can see here the outside climbing topping the trainer climbing there. So definitely people getting out, hitting those hills, and using the Zwift for the recovery a little more, it looks like. So
we'll see those elevation numbers climb in the next week.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to compare the two. If you like numbers and stats, we could send you all these and then you could make a graph with them and we'll use your graph. So let us know if you're a person who likes stats and numbers and making graphs. Graphs.
We probably won't
Is
do
the
that.
is the plural of graph grav? No, no.
No, it's just
Graphs and
graphs.
grabs, like
Graphs.
roof and roofs. Graph and grabs.
No, I don't think roofs actually has a like doesn't get replaced with the V though.
Yeah, it does. It goes from roof to roofs.
I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
it does.
I'm not an English teacher, so I'll trust you.
You should look it up. So maybe the plural of graph is grabs.
It's I'm pretty sure it's not.
Okay, but seriously, if you like graphs, we'll send you the stats and you can make some graphs. You said no, we'll not do that?
I don't know if that'll work out too well, but we'll get some stuff integrated into the site with these numbers.
Okay.
They're all there. I just haven't had time to turn them into something cool. So.
Okay, what do we have here? 8 minutes left in the quarter. That means 38 real minutes. All right, well, we have some time, so that's good.
Yeah.
We just don't want to go over into the fun part of the night. All right, we went through some club rides. Just going to highlight a couple of our event partners for the week. So our next two events that we're going to highlight that we're giving away entries for are the Hill Yeah.
Oh, wrong order.
Sorry, is the Hill Yeah fundraiser ride, and the Loudoun County Gravel Grinder. So we'll start with the Hill Yeah. This is put on by the Maryland MTB Maryland group. It is a fundraiser ride. You've got all different distances and options here. You can do a family ride, a short ride, a medium ride, a long ride, or you could do a trail run. And everything costs the same amount, $55, fundraiser, raising money for the trails, and, ride your bike, run while you're at it. Can you scroll back up so we can see actually where this is located?
Yep.
All the way at the top?
Yeah, so it's in Oshawa, which is a trail system. Is there an address here?
Yeah, there you go.
Up outside of Westminster. Cool trail system. They've been doing a lot of work there. For the past decade or so. But I know stuff's been really ramping up, and they're making a lot of progress. I think they get a fair amount of support from the land operators there. So definitely good to get us in there and help out.
Yeah, and our friend John from the series suggested that we reach out and speak with some of the folks that are involved in this event, and so we did. And they are going to give us some couple entries to try to get more riders involved in this event. I think specifically they would like to see women and anyone who's sort of like in a cycling minority group or from a minority community in the cycling world. So people who don't normally come out and do a lot of their events. They are trying to, I think, get more of those folks involved, partly through having this family category, fun ride, and also giving away entries to women and different diverse riding groups. So be on the lookout for that. We'll give away a couple entries to this event happening. And is it in June? Can you just tell me, go scroll back up
June
so I
8th.
can see the date?
It's
Okay,
right here. Yeah,
June 8th.
June 8th.
All right, the second event is the Loudoun 1725 Gravel Grinder.
One day later.
On June 9th in Middleburg, Virginia. This is put on by EX2, one of our event director friends. Andy Bacon puts this event on. It is amazing and beautiful out there in Loudoun County. If you have never ridden in that area, they have some of the most beautiful, pristine gravel roads in the Mid-Atlantic. There's groups that work hard in that area to protect the gravel roads, and the EX2 folks put on this event every year, which is a partial fundraiser as well. It is not a race. It's just a ride, a gravel grinder. There are various distances. I think if you scroll down, Chris, we can see some of the distances. You've got 40, 60, and 80. Oh, look at those purple shirts. I like that. Chris and I have gone out a couple times to volunteer, so we may be out there if we're able to make it this year. But check out this event. Registration is open, and we will be giving away an entry to a lucky winner to try this out. Also, our friend and event photographer Bruce Buckley usually goes out and shoots, takes photos at this event. So it's a good one. Good people involved. You can ride or you can volunteer if you want. I know they always like volunteers for their events.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a fun event. Definitely in a cool spot.
Yeah. They've got good aid stations too with good food and snacks. I think Jeremiah Bishop did it one year, right? Because that's where we saw him and talked to him.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah. So we'll be giving away an entry to that. And then lastly, if you can jump over to our website, I just want to show everybody our events. If you scroll to the top of this page and then hit events.
That.
Yep. And go to Growlycat. So our April event, if you can hit more info, Dirty Kitten Growlycat on April 21st in Culpeper, Virginia. Chris, can you go to the registration page right there? Yeah. Registration is open on Bike Reg. That note was actually really important. If you're able to refresh so we can just take a look at that real quick. So this event is, we've talked about it before, it's a scavenger hunt style gravel ride. That's fine. If you can can you actually just scroll down? It's on a different part of the page too.
Okay.
So if you could just scroll down to like the registration right there. Yep. If you can just stop right there. Cool. So the way this works is you can sign up as a solo rider, duo, or part of a team. You've got a few different distances, the long burrito or the short. So it's a 40-mile-ish ride versus a 20-mile-ish ride. I say ish because it all depends on the route you take. You can make it as long or as short as you want. But it'll be approximately those miles.
Yeah, if you're very efficient, the mileages are usually a little less than that. If you take the Larry Paris route, it's, maybe 20, 40, 60 miles, whatever you end up there with.
Yeah, so it's a series of checkpoints that you have to hit throughout the property. The short course riders only do, say, like 5 checkpoints, and the long course riders do, like, say, 10 checkpoints. That's why we have long and short. So it really just is like how much riding you need to do. You may do more or less than someone else in your same group. It's not a race, it's a fun ride. There's a competitive aspect to it in a sense that, like, you will have to go to all these different checkpoints and get certain things, but it's not competitive like a race is. And the competitive part is the least important part of the day. So if you're a person who's really into competition and racing and you get very serious and into it, and you will get angry if something doesn't work out your way, and then you're going to complain to us, don't come to this event. This is not an event for you. This is an event for people who want to have fun and do a somewhat silly challenge.
Yeah, we take your starting time, we take your ending time, and we'll post up the results during the week after the event. But yeah, it's so you can make it, as competitive as you want. If you're interested in trying to get through and see that time, you can do that. We'll put up all those results, and then I know a bunch of people come back and check in and probably never look at that. So that's all great.
Yeah. The competitive part is more like you're challenging yourself and trying to do it as fast as you can, but less like you're trying to beat other people. Yeah. So check that out if you're interested. It's a fun ride on almost all private gravel roads in Culpeper, Virginia, where we host our summer race. You can do this for fun with your friends and team members if you want, and kind of just explore the property for the day. One thing that I will note, and it says it here in these little, like, gray headings, the entry is per rider. So even if you're signing up as a duo or a team, you have to sign up. Every individual rider signs up themselves and pays the fee. You're not signing up, you're not paying for a team, you're paying for yourself. But you would register under team if you're going to be riding with a group of people. If you're riding as a duo, you register under duo. If you're riding by yourself, you register under solo. And then there's actually a junior category for anybody under 18. And really, that's just because we've knocked off about $10 for juniors. So any juniors will want to register under the junior category. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we got it.
Yep. So check out GrowlyCat. It's almost 50% sold out. We have a max 250 riders / participants. So you'll want to get on that quick before it sells out.
Yep.
Anybody out there who has done GrowlyCat, just drop your thoughts in the comments. Share with others what your experience was like. We hope to have some new people come out this year, and it's a great way to try some gravel if you're new to gravel. Also, it's a great place to meet people in the community. All right. I think that's all I have for today. Do you have anything?
So I do see someone asked about the Zwift climb portal. So I think it brings up an interesting point, because I don't think we've split individual stages by indoor and outdoor before, but never really the whole tour. But I think I may end up splitting the third tour as well on virtual and outdoors. So
just because of the ability to do
yeah, I mean,
elevation.
I think because the climb portal, I don't think that existed last year. I guess you could have done it with Zwift before, but if people riding outdoors don't necessarily have the opportunity to teleport back to the beginning of a climb and just ride climbs over and over,
Yeah.
right? So when
Well, I mean, you
looking
could
at
go
overall,
up and down Hamburg.
yeah, but it's still the amount of time to come back down, right? If you're using the Zwift portal, you could just basically reset and start and only ever climb.
So I think
right?
Candace is asking, is it okay to use that?
I know that, and all I'm saying is because of stuff like that and the prevalence, and I mean, saw this in some of even the distance stuff, the way that people were using the virtual things, that it definitely gives an opportunity over someone that doesn't have, or an advantage over someone that doesn't have the opportunity to use those things. So
yeah.
So I think I would probably split the overall on for the tour on elevation as well.
All right. Well, I don't have the challenge for stage 1 because we haven't fully figured out what we're going to do. So your Kitten Crusher Tour Stage 1 Elevation Challenge is going to be secret until midnight tonight when it drops, because we still need to figure out some things, but be sure that what you can be sure of is that it will be elevation based.
Yes.
It will have something to do with elevation, and it probably won't be competitive.
No.
It'll be a participation challenge.
Yep.
So something to do with riding a certain amount of elevation or riding for a certain number of days next week. But it will not be competition, and it will not be something intense, since we just did a big ride week for a lot of people. So take it somewhat easy next week. You will find that out at midnight. All right. I think that we are a few minutes away from the Usher halftime extravaganza. And so we're going to sign off. Thanks all for coming. If you missed the first part of the live stream, go back, watch it over. If you have any other questions, ask them in the Discord chat or in the Facebook group. And hope you have an awesome rest of your weekend and a great week. Thanks for joining us. Bye. Keep riding dirty.